Good evening, everyone. And suddenly, the finish line is very much in sight. The equation here is super simple for Wrexham. Win tonight against Yeovil and do the same here against Boreham Wood on Saturday, and it's mission accomplished. No more what-ifs about Notts County. If Wrexham add these two scalps to 20 teams already beaten here in the league this season, then 15 years at this level will come to an end. The context for Yeovil could not be more different. To avoid relegation to National League South tonight, they must do something that no team has managed to do all season: win here. The Glovers were playing their football in the Championship, England's second tier, as recently as 2013. 10 years on, and they're on the precipice of playing in the 6th division. Former Forest Green Rovers man, who enjoyed promotion from the National League when at the Lawn. Certainly one of the more experienced players in this Yeovil side. Good opportunity here for them to test Ben Foster. Whipped into the near post, and last touch was from Anthony Ford, coming across to cover Miguel Freckleton. Another Yeovil corner. James Jones, who's really established himself in this midfield in the second half of this season, and Dolby gets away from Freckleton, just gets a yard. Sam Dolby lays it to Mullin, and he Cannon to drive it! Well, he's yet to open his account for Wrexham, Andy Cannon. It looked just for a nanosecond there like the net might be bulging, but Will Booz delighted to watch that disappear past his post. The 20-minute mark, and I'm sure Mark Cooper will be pretty happy. Will Booz hasn't really been extended so far. Wrexham have had one shot from Andy Cannon just wide. That's the closest they've come. Here goes Worthington for Yeovil, looking to bring in Siziba. A bit telegraphed and read by Owen O'Connell. Now then, Mullin trying to drop his shoulder and get away from Bevan, backing himself against the Bournemouth loanee. Was that pushing the back on Bevan?
Got away with it. If it was, he got away with it. That's what you get from Mullin, though, isn't it? He's so tenacious. He never gives the centre-halves a minute. He'd be an absolute nightmare to play against. The centre-halves like to get their head up and pick a pass, and all of a sudden he's around your ankles.
Looks like it's going to be a permanent change for Yeovil, and that is a loss because Owen Bevan had impressed in the early stages of this game, but he'll take no farther part in it. And Malachi Linton will come on. Now that is a striker for a central defender, so that looks like Charlie Cooper's going to drop in at centre-back, as he already has done. Centre of three alongside Staunton and Freckleton. Standards after he got himself away. Sure it won't be his last chance of the night. Here goes Awolabori. Here's Worthington. Chance for a shot. Worthington shoots, and Foster had to be alert. And Yeovil working it nicely once more. Andrew Awolabori involved in some of their best play, and Matt Worthington's shot smothered by Ben Foster. A warning sign for Wrexham. Nice ball to Tozer. Wrexham with the chance to try and build time, but Tozer's pass isn't good enough. Pollock does well, and he's checked by Cannon there. Referee plays a good advantage. Awolabori looking to work it across. Tozer cuts it out and then brings in Elliot Lee, who sees a gap for Anthony Ford, but Charlie Cooper can snuff out that potential break.
The problem with Yeovil is they're not getting any support up front because they've got that many bodies behind.
Here goes Elliot Lee. Chance for Lee to have a run at Staunton. Elliot Lee brings in Mullin, who gets it all wrong
And nick the ball.
Long ball over the top that Mullin almost licked his lips at. Record got a boot on the end of it. Here goes Jamie Jones to Mullin. Mullin's got Barnett to his right. He comes back the other way looking for Ford. Anthony Ford cuts inside. It's Ford to shoot. He's done it! Anthony Ford with the breakthrough! The Irishman with his third of the season beats Will Booz. And is that the moment that propels Wrexham to within one win of the Football League? Finally the breakthrough on the hour. It's Wrexham 1, the Yeovil Town 0.
The space opened up in front of him, he drove into it, and to be fair, I think it looked like it took a slight deflection on the way through, but hey, who cares? Fantastic. All of a sudden there's a completely different atmosphere in the place.
You could feel the relief surge around the racecourse. And Anthony Ford, who's had a challenging time off the field in recent weeks, responds quite brilliantly on it. Back into the side in an unfamiliar position. It's he who has found the breakthrough. It is he who's given Wrexham that foot nearer to the promised land. They've now got half an hour to hold on to the lead and potentially to build it.
Yeah,
fresh legs to try and exploit perhaps tiring Yeovil bodies at the back, and less of them as they commit more forward. Dolby to Young. Here is Barnett on the overlap. Ryan Barnett into the penalty area. Good delivery. Mullin arriving. Can he get the angle? Squared across. Lee puts his foot in. Can't get it in. Second time around. Wrexham do it. And James Jones with the goal that maybe, just maybe, shuts the door on Yeovil Town tonight.
Yeah,
condemns them to relegation and takes Wrexham to within one win of the title.
Excellent pressure there. You know, they didn't give it up. They kept moving the ball. Great delayed pass for the timing of the run, which meant that as soon as he took his first touch, he was round the full-back. Clever ball in behind the defensive line. And, you know, the ricochets all around, and there we are to finish it off. He always seems to score important goals, Jones.
His goal scoring really has been a feature this season. He's often come up with a goal at a crucial time, as you rightly say, Mark, and that is the fifth of them in this campaign. And the hard work of Mullin and Lee eventually rewarded, and at 2-0 Wrexham really looking good now. It took a time, but they've got there.
I think also, I don't think Wrexham can take the foot off the pedal with the goal difference that's still in play. I know it's in Wrexham's hands now, but you never know. If they're there for the taking now, then you absolutely go after them. You smell.
And we've seen a gutsy performance from the men in green, but one which appears to be, sadly from their perspective, not enough to preserve their status. Here goes Mullin, looking to try and get his 45th of the season. Mullin's ball to goalscorer Jones, to Barnett, yet to score in red. Ryan Barnett's delivery. Mullin's header back across goal. It's 3. Paul Mullin's looping header completes the job for Wrexham. Mission completed for the Red Dragons. Bring on Bournemouth.
It's amazing, because it's the only place he could have scored with the bodies in front of him. It's a fantastic header, but it's all in the cross, to be honest with you. Barnett down that side has done exceptionally well for the last 2 goals. So it's not looking great for Yeovil now, I'm afraid. Fantastic goal.
Superb technique from Mullin, very similar to the header he scored away at Maidenhead a few weeks ago. As we just have another chance to see the replay, and the ability to judge the angle and to land that in the top corner. Really an excellent technique. He can score goals with both feet and from pretty much all areas. And Paul Mullin's 45th of the season, dropping in at left centre back. Here's Ollie Palmer. Wouldn't he just love a late goal to lift his confidence ahead of Bournemouth? Here's Young trying one from distance, and Ben Foster was off his line and he had to make the save. Really, really good vision from Young. Only Woking coming here and getting anything. And every Wrexham fan will be hoping Bournemouth don't add to that. Chance for Yeovil laid on. Great save from Foster. Malachi Linton going close, and Ben Foster denying the Yeovil striker. And Ben Foster, well, he hasn't had a huge amount to do tonight, but twice in the last few minutes he's been bang on his game.
That's a fabulous save.
To record. Forward by Staunton, but that is it. Wrexham victorious by 3-0. Yeovil Town relegated from the National League. It was extremely competitive for an hour. Yeovil disciplined, determined, resilient. But Wrexham eventually found a way through on the hour through Anthony Ford. James Jones then doubling the lead 12 minutes later, before who else? Paul Mullin making it 3 in the 77th minute. Job done for Wrexham. They move up to 107 points. They are 1 win away from promotion. Mark Morris.
I thought it was a very disciplined performance from Wrexham. After the first 20 minutes, they sort of got into Yeovil. They were piling the pressure on. They did come out second half like they finished the first half. We thought, it was only a matter of time before they conceded the first, and you could see how fragile Yeovil were that once they conceded that first. But it wasn't pretty. But I don't think games when they've got this much on them are ever going to be pretty. But it was workmanlike, it was disciplined, and at the end of the day, the job's done. 3 goals, none conceded, 3 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Mark Morris, Liverpool under-21 goalkeeping coach. and former Wrexham goalkeeper, joining me, Chris Malaband, on commentary tonight on National League TV. Well, thank you very much wherever you've been joining us from, whether it's been in the UK or abroad, whether you're a Glover or a Red Dragon. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage from North Wales tonight. Commiserations to Yeovil. Here's hoping they can rebuild quickly and bounce back from the National League South. For Wrexham, it's one more victory required on Saturday against Boreham Wood for promotion back to the Football League for the first time since 2008. Thank you so much for joining us for the coverage this evening in North Wales. Full time at the Racecourse Ground. It's finished. Wrexham 3, Yeovil Town 0.